Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Leon Live Azione Unlimited Edition. I am really excited that Michael Johnson from Mozaic has decided to join our call today and be recognized as an outstanding Leon dealer. So, Michael, it's great to meet you in Nashville not too long ago. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Happy to be here. Very happy to be here.
Awesome. The first time that I ran into you, I realized who you were, and I about came out of my seat because I was like, everything Muscle Shoals related touches Mosaic, which has been just such a cool thing over here at Leon. It's one of the signature things we always talk about. So thank you for being a great partner.
No, I mean, absolutely. But you guys were, there was no one else really to work with on a project like that. And I told Noah at that time, I said, you guys are the perfect partner for what we're trying to accomplish here. You really get it. So that was a match made in heaven as far as we were concerned.
Yeah, and you are an artist as well. So maybe we'll start off with, for people on the call today, I know a lot of Azione Unlimited partners probably know you. There probably some that do not. Just share briefly like your business and how you got into this.
Sure. Well, our mantra here is making technology beautifully simple, and we really take that to heart. We want to enhance our clients' lives and lifestyles and provide solutions that are not just functional but also beautiful aesthetically, and we want to make sure that we're providing smart system solutions, not control systems, if that means something. Now, where I think that touches on us or the art background is we have a very heavy design first background. I have an art and design degree. That's my background. I kind of got into this industry backwards. I right out of college got an offer to design icons and GUIs and UIs back in the old days, back before the iPad days. So that's when I started learning about the technology and that side of the business, because I didn't really know much about it. I was just there to make icons that looked pretty and things like that back then. But we've worked really hard. There's a lot of parallels between, I think, us and Leon in a way. We've worked really hard to create a culture here that fosters creativity, and expression. A lot of my hires, all the guys that work for me, aren't just from the tech field. I have musicians, I have craftsmen, I have a couple of artists who work here, and I think that gives us a different perspective when we're looking at technology and how to implement it. It gives us we come at it from a little bit of a different angle. So, something that I'm proud of is oftentimes after we meet with a client, if they've met with other technology integrators, they always talk about our difference and what makes it was very different meeting you. You approach this very differently.
Yeah.
And I joke with the guys, different's not always better. It's good to be different and better. So
Yeah,
not just different.
I think that's really insightful. And I think the more you understand about the process, the more that the creative engagement is something that's presented at the onset, the more
Right.
opportunity you have to add value in the conversation. And I think that's something that's oft overlooked. We get so indexed on the technology side of it. It is our
Yes.
wheelhouse, but we miss out on a bigger opportunity, right? To be relevant
Absolutely.
in the conversation.
Absolutely. We talk about that a lot. Our goal here is to really listen to our clients. I think all too often in our industry, we design systems for ourselves, and that's top down. I mean that from the companies that are producing product to the people that are speccing product. We're almost designing systems for us and not really listening to what our clients want or are interested in from a control standpoint. We're creating problems that don't exist in their mind, and we're trying to solve problems. Rather, this is a better way of saying it. A lot of times we spend a lot of effort trying to solve problems that aren't problems for our end customer. They're problems for us, or that we've created on our own by taking something complicated and then putting something complicated on top of that to try to make it simple again. When the answer was start simple to begin with.
And is that not the creative process, right?
Yes.
So it's like being able to have an open mindset. And I just for people who don't know, you're in Alabama. You have this deep art connection and background. I don't know, people need to go check out your website to see the work that you do to understand the range of these capabilities. Do you always see that? I mean, how have you kind of layered these capabilities over time into the business, or is just from the onset, it's always been that way?
It was the vision in the beginning, but it's evolved. It's evolved over time, and the reason that I think it's more important than ever to take a different approach is to look at your customer base. If you're a business and you're interested in being in business in 10 years, and I'm sure most of my fellow people out there are interested in being in business in 10 years, is your client then is not going to be what you have now. And a lot of the technology that we are so focused on is going to be a commodity. It's going to be commodity. It's just, we're going to be moving to a generation of customers who have been raised on technology. So the things that we're so focused on are just going to be common. So how do you differentiate yourself? How do you separate what you're providing? It's not by being the technology expert
Yeah.
anymore. And because a lot of them, like I said, they've cut their teeth on it from the time they were infants all the way to now. So and I say that a lot, is we don't call ourselves the technology experts. We call ourselves the technology design experts. And there's a
Yeah.
difference there. There's a difference there.
That's great. Technology design experts. And I look at your work and it's like you've got some installs of the year for Leon and you've got, even more that you're doing more broadly for your customers. So it's great. Let's talk about the future. You kind of painted a picture of what you see as the future. People who are raised in technology, new expectations. How
Yeah.
are you adapting your business to what you see as what you see coming around the corner?
Well, one thing is, and I know we talked briefly, is we're thinking outside the box on our design center. We had a traditional show space for a while, and it served us well. It was unique, but we kind of changed tactics where we purchased a live work center, office on the ground floor, 2 floors of living space, and we're going to take our design first technology approach throughout, and really be able to tell a story and take our potential clients through a journey as they come in. And it resonates now, but I really see it as more important as our clientele become, or the younger clients become more and more prevalent in our market, because I think we're going to be showing them things that are going to speak to them versus you can only see so many big TVs. Are you going to show a touch panel? They've seen a touch panel since they were 4 years old. That's
Yeah.
not interesting to them. What are you going to show them that's interesting? Try to create an experience.
Yeah.
Um, that was adamant about that when we started this process. Was a lot of a lot of dealers, they talk about their experience center,
Right.
and I'll say, well, what are you there to experience? Are you there to experience the technology?
Yeah.
And that's what they think. And I say I'm more interested in creating an experience for the client than necessarily giving them the time to get interested in the technology aspects of what we do. It's creating an experience, and that shows what you can do beyond just these are the buttons, these are the things, these are the devices in your house.
Yeah, completely. It's like it did this livable space reality environment. It's not, imagining it. Thank you for reaching out to us and engaging with us and sort of imagining what you're going to do in your space. Let me ask the question, if somebody is on today's call with Leon, the Leon Live, and they have not done business with Leon, what advice would you give them starting off down the path as an Azione Unlimited partner? Yeah.
Well, the advice that if you're not doing business with Leon is to start. Is why aren't you? I've always loved working with you guys because you guys really get it, and all of those things that I touched on, where I see the market going, is right in your wheelhouse and what separates you from the other guys. And you understand that, sure, the product needs to sound fantastic, but there are times when it needs to disappear. but there are times when it needs to be the showpiece. It needs to be a statement piece, and that means something. So I
Yeah.
think that you guys tell that story better than better than anybody else out there.
No, we appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So, we want to recognize you as a token of our appreciation today.
Thank you.
You are outstanding. I can't, you've been a dealer. You've had an installation of the year many, many times. We're going to do a little something special this year. We want to give a recognition to you as one of our outstanding partners. And so Noah is crafting something especially for you, that
Awesome.
that will be showing up to that new space that you're sitting in today. And it'll be something that, reflects you all, but also that reflects sort of our love and passion for the work that you do and that we do together. So thank you.
Well,
And
thank you.
yeah,
That's
it
that's that's
can't
awesome.
reveal it quite here, but it's coming.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for that.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. You're great. Well, any parting thoughts before we go today? Any last sort of words of wisdom for 2024?
Not so much. Really, it's just touching on things that we've already gone through. When I meet dealers from
Yeah,
other markets, Azione's been fantastic. I mean, the strength of this organization is that there are so many different ideas and business sizes and concepts. A lot of times, some of the other groups are, I want cookie cutter for they all have the same goals, same aspirations, similar background, similar
right.
business size and structure. And this company has so many varied aspects of it where you can really feel out different concepts throughout the country. But my biggest thing that I tell people when we have those meetings is to really listen to what your clients are asking for, and prepare yourself for what they're going to be asking for in 5 years and in 10 years. You need to start thinking about that now. The days of focusing on the technology are coming to a close, and it's going to be the next thing, and you need to be prepared for that.
Yeah,
Watch your kids interact with their technology. If you have 18, 19, 20-year olds, watch how they use the technology now. Watch how
best
they watch
lab.
television. And it's entirely different than what we do and what the older generation does. So if you want to be relevant in 5 and 10 years, you need to start thinking in those terms. That's the best advice I can think of to
Awesome.
give my guys out there.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your leadership. Thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for spending some time with us. I look forward to catching up with you at the spring meeting.
We'll be
And
there.
congratulations again. And if you'll hang out with me soon, we're going to go back to the show now. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.